for, and I've heard a few people, like a guy who'd won a RPTQ today with it, just talking about the Deadland being bad. It's a deck that I'm considering putting on our team for the RPTQ, but whatever. That kind of sucks. I put the wrong art in each place, but okay, whatever. The deck feels relatively strong to me, and I wanted to give it a try. I'm also limited on time tonight, so I don't have enough time for a blue-white league. I actually need to leave in about an hour and 20 minutes. But this deck feels kind of strong to me. I think it might be missing like 1 or 2 interactive spells in the main deck, but maybe not. Like, I think I would cut this Harvester just for like another Murder Bolt or another Abrade or another Magma Spray or like the first Lightning Strike or something, but that's the only thing that I want to do to the main deck. Maybe it might need a 25th land as well. That's something I would consider in the main deck. But this is Muldrifter's list, and he's clearly pretty good and pretty tested, so not saying this list is perfect by any means, but I'm saying, you know, like, he plays almost every day, if not every day, so he's put a lot of time and love into it. And the opinions that I just mentioned are just things that, like, no playing eye test. Oh, I think I updated all of this. Didn't I? Did I update this? Yes, I updated everything. I am the man now, dog.com. Hey, it even says today on that one. So hopefully this will go well. I'm not very practiced with this style of deck, as anybody who's watched me saw, like, I typically do bad. And I've ran very well today. Like, I just top forward the Commander Challenge, so now it's time for me to not run so good, as you can see, based on the fact that I literally just drew 3-4 drops in one land. Alright, we'll keep this hand. These are about the worst set of hands I think I could have had. I do not want you. Hopefully he's not blue-white, because if he's blue-white and we've already mulliganed twice on the draw, that means we're probably giving up game 1 versus a match that we should, in theory, be pretty favored versus. I actually think our match game 1's better than our post-board matches if he is blue-white. Which is unconventional wisdom. Most people would think we get better post-board, but I don't think we actually get better post-board. Alright, well, he seems to be mana screwed as well, so. I would assume, since he had this cast out and that he has this Field of Runes, that it's actually just a blue-white deck that's not drawing lands. But it could not be. Who knows? The fact that he's already cycled 2 cast outs means I'm just hard slamming Chandra and ticking it up. Because if he is blue-white, he's not going to have a lot of answers to this now. He may have actual none. Still away. Because that could potentially be, settled wreckage. Because of potential settled wreckages here, I'm just not going to attack with the hazard, I don't think. Boom. Also, don't think I'm going to attack with the Beaumont Courier. Just going to attack with this. He has another land and plays Fumigate and goes back up to 11. Like, we still get to hit him for at least 9 next turn, and he still has to find an answer for the Chandra. The game's over. If he doesn't have the Fumigate, we'll just attack with the we'll attack with everything by Hazoret, and then like pop the Beaumont. So opponent, he could just be mono white. He might not need to use the field. Like, he could be like the mono white approach deck like I was playing. Like, I'm just assuming he's blue white, right? Like, maybe he doesn't need the basic land and doesn't want to thin lands out of his deck. Or maybe he just has a Fumigate and didn't want to thin lands out of his deck and didn't think he needed the blue mana. But he could just be mono white or anything. So it's like don't wanna run him down the road on when like that might not have been a play mistake because we don't know what's actually in his deck. I think I like all of this stuff in general versus blue-white decks. Saw some people saying this should be Vraska's Contempt, but I don't know if I believe that. So don't know what we can take out. Kinda want to leave these in the deck just in case he's on Lyras, but like there's so few Lyras and we have the Eldest Reborns, so maybe we don't have to worry about Lyra. I just don't think I'm going to worry about Lyra. Maybe we don't need all of this stuff. Azrael looks really bad when we line up the deck like this, doesn't it? Don't have any spells for Soulscar Mage, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop those out too. Basically, we're trying to play a lone game here, and I've put a bunch of things in that I think can pressure Teferis. Chain Whirler is actually like really bad in this match. This argument that I probably could have took the Chain Whirlers out and left in the Soulscar Mages. I think Soulscar Mages on average do more damage than a Chain Whirler. Okay, he is blue-white. His hand's powerful but slow. It's the type of hand that he can beat us with if we don't draw a 2-drop. Oh, wow. Opponent has kept some hands, baby. Guess he's got a cycler? Oh, he doesn't even have a cycler. He just kept one land. Just raw dog one land. I'm good to go, brother. Is MTG bot in here? He's not talking? Okay, he's in here. I guess he's just broke. Could seal away this now. So we need a land or we're screwed. I don't think my life total matters, so I'm not going to gain life here because they are Effer hubs in the deck, and there might be some miracle that we want lands later. Some miracle manner that we want lands, but I highly doubt it. Well, even if he has another Silhouette, we have another Phoenix. Now that we've drawn another land, I just don't care and I'm gaining my life. If opponent hits the 3rd land in a row, we could be in serious trouble. If he doesn't, feel pretty good. What do we let him counterspell? Oh, that makes things simpler. We let him counterspell this thing. Because he will, in theory, just counterspell this or lose. And I'm not gaining the life this time because I've already pressed F6 and I'm lazy. Settle the Wreckage could be good. Guess I'm going to attack with these. Sure. just in case he has an Essence Scatter or something next turn. Probably only attack with one of these guys. Just see what we draw, though. It might change. Gonna cast the Eldest Reborn this turn. He could like have a cast out or a blink effect or a seal away or just anything here, and I'm fine with all of that. This will let us buy back Hazard here in a minute, unless he uses a cast down on it, or cast out, or like a bounce effect or something. Wow, he's got Seal or Supreme Wills in his deck. This is Ricky style loving then. No, he doesn't have an answer for it. You might find a blink effect or a seal away here, but we just resolved the other Phoenix, and he has to deal with the Phoenix and this on the next turn. Opponent kept some pretty weak hands. I would not think that matches even remotely, or I would not think how that particular matchup played out is indicative about the entire matchup plays out. I think the Eldest Reborn is my new pet card. I'm not quite sure it's good, but I am very positive that I absolutely love it. Alright, this hand's pretty weak, but I do think it's worth keeping. Yeah, the Planeswalker's why I think it's like above board. It was actually a great draw because it lets us Beaumont and party on turn 1. Nope, and you can get their Planeswalkers back with it. It's what I love about it so much. To reanimate their Planeswalker claws is just not an effect that you see a lot in Magic, so it's like really sweet. Ooh. Walkie B. Baby. So opponent might be playing a Blue-Red Gift. If so, I assume that's a pretty bad match for us, especially game 1. We have 0 Scavenging Grounds and only 2 Abrades in our main deck. So we're going to have to just try to be aggressive here and hope that he's not on that list. Alright, well, we know he's on that list. Ooh, don't you just love running good? Get the F out of here. Running good is my favoritist thing. We still have to hit some lands before we're like truly running good, but might not even have been worth using the Magma Spray on. We may should have just left this up as a blocker and then like tried to Magma Spray a Champion of Wits. Hopefully we draw an untapped land, and then it's party down time. Party time up, down, left, right, left, right. Our opponent's currently 3-1 looking for the good prize. His name is definitely Bacon Hamurai as well instead of Bacon Samurai, which mad props. Loving it. Can't be upset with his name. It is very, very sweet. Untapped land for Daddy? One time? Would love to be able to trash this thing while we can. Boo! I'm going to assume that means we lose. Well, that's just not fun. He can eat this guy, but this guy's not really doing anything anyway, and if he eats it, he takes 3 damage. And doesn't put a dude in his graveyard, which is what this play was designed for. A second gate's going to be just very nice for him. He's going to have 2 activations of the Minister as well. Opponent, taste the rainbow. I guess we have to kill this one. See what he hits with this and what he discards with his double gate activation before we attack. So he has 4 creatures already, but none of the 4 creatures particularly matter. So we have to see what he discards for the gate here. We very likely just die if he hits a combat celebrant. I'm just going to attack again. He doesn't have a reasonable block. If he hits a combat celebrant, we're in pretty rough shape, maybe. If he doesn't hit a combat celebrant, I think we're fine. Combat celebrant, and we're just like pretty close to dead. Okay, no combat celebrant. We dodged the important cards. Hey, now what's up, man? Doing well. Everything's doing great. No, not a land plus firebrand. That's a bad sign for me. Alright, sweet. He missed. He bricked. Hopefully he doesn't have another walkie bee. Alright, and he doesn't. I think a land wins for us, but it may not. I guess it doesn't. Let's see, he can this and kill this. No, I think a land wins. Well, an untapped land. We have 2 cannon slews that come into play tapped. Cannon sloughs, cannon slews, cannon poos. We have 2 cannons. So you got the Marauder. Sure. Going to get the Fanatical Firebrand to go with it, I assume? Oh, no, he didn't. He just wants to block. But blocking doesn't work. Oh, he's already done 1 point of damage to it. Okay. Sure. Still doesn't change anything. A land still wins. Also, a Murder Boat wins. Not just a land. So we have all the untapped lands in our deck plus Murder Boat. That is none of those things. That's unfortunate. Well, we're dead on board, so. Alright, just dead. Came close to winning that game, even though I think it's pretty rough. Alright, we definitely want that. We definitely want that. kind of feel like we just want all of this flyy stuff. I feel like all of this stuff's reasonable. I don't think these are very good in this match. Also don't think these are particularly good in this match. How good are you? Probably not great. Same, you're probably not great. If I've got that many Glorybringers, I think I want all my Chandras. I don't think Chandra's particularly good except for the fact that it can ramp into Glorybringer. I don't think we attack on the ground very often, either. I basically think Chandra's a ramp spell in a match like this. Alright, we'll keep this hand. It's fine. It's not great. I think I'm gonna put that on the bottom. Hopefully he casts like a Warcat Marauder or something crazy on turn 2, and we like really get to get him. Just gonna attack here. $21-1 with your Bant Heroes deck. That's insane. That is a crazy, crazy number. I didn't play Chain Whirler because I feel like I'm already messed up right now, and I felt like I needed to try to. Oh, I punted here, by the way. I'm supposed he's clearly trying to block and sack. I should have cast Chain Whirler first. Oh wow, never mind. I'm just wrong. I was trying to be the Champion of the Wits because I thought Champion of the Wits blocking the Scrapheap Scrounger would have been like beyond brutal for us. But maybe I shouldn't have tried to play around that badly. Sure. He's been holding back because of Sweltering Suns, and we've literally not drawn a spell this game. He's got Chandra's Defeat on top of everything else. We're in super bad shape. We're in pretty bad shape anyway. I think I got an extra 3 points of damage because I didn't play into the Swelter on 3. Guess I'm going to exert it because it's better to kill it now in case he has a gate or has a second one, or even has like an Abrade to go with it. But guess if he had an Abrade to go with it, he had already cast it. Well, we need to draw some spells, and we need to draw them quick. Our opponent apparently needs to draw some spells too. Card Internal Sundering. Yeah, that card's sweet. I got the crap beat out of me recently with that card. So he's casting another Walking Ballista, so I'm pretty glad that we did what we did then. Hopefully he doesn't have a 1-drop to go with this. Smash, baby, smash. Should have blocked first. Just in case I had like build the smash or something cray. Yeah, the Jeskai deck's the one that smashed the crap out of me. I need to find that list. I think I would like to try that list. Alright, well. I think opponent's just dead. I think he tapped out to being dead on board. Yeah, I've not saw that list before, but when I was playing blue-white, it super smashed me. Let's pop this list up and check it out. Let's pull this stuff over to the other screen as well. We'll sideboard in just a second. Yep, this looks like exactly what beat the living poop out of me. Ted Panic, I know his name too. It's the exact 75. I want to try this deck. I like this deck. Thank you. Want to favorite that. Alright, do we want to change anything from the play to the draw? I still think Hazards are pretty bad. I don't like these X1s versus so many Walking Ballistas and so many Fanatical Firebrands. I'm pretty happy with the rest of it. Don't think that's too good here. Don't think that's good here. Could argue for Fight with Fire. It kills like Padim. But is that all it kills that I care about? You need to ship me your Bant list too. I need to favorite that while I'm at it as well. I don't know when I'll get to these decks because I'm RPTQ testing at the moment, and like I'm kind of priced into playing blue-white from RPTQ because some of our other cards are already gone, but they're definitely decks that I want to try. I like how there's only 2 Kari Zevs, and the first time we draw one all day, we draw both in the same hand. Not too upset with that. Ooh. That's a good one. I think that's one of the most important cards in this deck. I'm going to cast a Scrap Heap Scrounger because there's some chance that I want to play it in License Integration next turn. I think there's a fairly decent chance that I want to play in License next turn. Yep. I think I want to cast it. Might just need to kill this, though. Oh, he's got Angel of Invention, too. Oh, boy. Well, he doesn't have 5 mana, so we're going to go ahead and make this aggressive play. Next turn, we'll be able to play Dakari Zev while holding the Braid up. Goblin Chain Whirler. I wouldn't have expected that with the mini island deck. It's definitely in a good spot now, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he has a second gate, we're in super bad trouble. Or if he has a negate, we're in super bad trouble. You can only play one of them next turn, though, so I'm not going to Braid in response or anything. Like, there could be an argument to just casting the Braid on that gate and not letting him gain the life into 1 loot. But then if he just has another gate, we lose. This way, he only gets to do this once. He's got the second gate any bloody way, but maybe we'll draw on the Braid. I think he has to go for it, which means we can probably draw on a Braid next turn. Maybe even a Murder Boat and be okay. But we basically have to draw one of those 2 things, I think. So we're like on like maybe 5 outs here. So he's gonna be able to get an angel back. Because he's getting an angel back, that gives us the opportunity to draw another Glorybringer, I guess. So it's still going to take all of his mana. Sure. To see what he gets here, I think a Murder Bolt or another Glorybringer will probably be game. Well, it won't be game, but it'll be like really, really good. Oh no, he's got a Combat Celebrant. I don't think I noticed that a second ago. That's not that bad for us. I don't think it actually changes our outs any. So he's going to go to 14. Hey, Matthew. I know you're not there, but thank you nonetheless. Alright, so are we just dead now? Feels like we're just dead now. Yep, we're just dead now. Oh well. Double Gate beat us games 2 and 3? Or, not 2 and 3. Beat us game 3, rather. It's pretty often that's going to happen. Snap Keep. This hand's basically a removal spell from being the nuts. Opponent has a good choice of basics. I want to attack first because if he uses a seal to prevent damage, it's going to affect which one I play. I'm potentially missing a point of damage this way though, because I'm going to cast Effort Spirit Harvester if he doesn't use his mana. He has more Essence Scatters than they typically have more Essence Scatters than they have Negates or Syncopates. So I think it's just safer to play this one. The higher likelihood it resolves. Alright, well. So none of them would have resolved, but we missed a point of damage doing it that way. That's good for us. Means whatever we play this turn resolves. He's got a settle, he just beats us. I don't think I'm playing around it. I guess I'll play around it then. This is how you play around settle. Show me. They typically don't play the full 4. Play the one that lets us recast if he has a Fumigate. That's the best way to play around settle. Just refuse to believe they have it. The fact that he's even thinking about this means he has a land and a Fumigate. He wouldn't be thinking if he didn't. Or he has like a settle or something. I don't know. Just pretend they don't have settle game one. That's all you can do. I guess we could have played Earthshaker Counter and won that turn, but... This lets me have 2 lethal attackers. While keeping most of our other creatures alive. I'm not going to attack with a model just in case he drew it. Oh wow, he's got a Gearhulk. So bad in that deck. But you got me, friend. I'm never going to play around a Gearhulk because I think any opponent that's actually playing Gearhulk right now is making an active mistake. Go ahead and play this because the other part of this ability doesn't really matter anyway. And if he casts Fumigate, a land would let us be able to buy it back. Yeah, if he's got Settle, he's got Settle. Not too concerned about it because we have another Phoenix. So he finally drew it. That's unfortunate. Game could be over. So this gives him a guaranteed flip from Search for Azcanta. If he doesn't flip Search for Azcanta, that's even worse for us. Yeah, even worse for us. I think that attack's very bad unless he has a counter spell. Or like a Still Away. Oh wow, his last card's an actual Still Away? That's insane. Yeah, well, maybe we draw Chandra and it resolves before the game's over. Supreme Will does nothing, so we don't have to worry about it. If he hits here, we get the scoop. Because we know our next draw step. And he hit. Oh well. We might have played that game wrong. Yep, still legal. Some people still insist on playing it too. Because they're actual maniacs. I don't think you guys are any good. I don't think you guys are particularly good. I don't think any of you Abrades are good. Don't think you're good. think I'm going to keep the Soul Scar Mage. This time instead of the Chain Whirlers. Nah, I'm just going to try the Chain Whirlers. I'm going to leave 2 Murder Bolts in, but I probably shouldn't. What is a Maniac? Not actually sure what you're talking about. They didn't do anything any of the 3 games, though. You definitely beat me, but like they didn't do anything any of the 3 games. Like I'm pretty sure if every Gearhulk you drew last night was just a basic land, you would have beat me even harder. Okay, this hand's terrible. Have to have early drops to be able to win. Putting a mountain on top because I'm putting a mountain under my Beaumont Courier, kind of on purpose. I don't think I'm ever going to get to sack this Beaumont Courier because my hand's too trash. He's going to like seal away it or bounce it or something. So if I'm never ever going to sack it, I want to make sure there's not a relevant card under it. But our draw is horrendous. Horrendous. Probably should have sideboarded this out even, but... But if he has Gearhulks, I assume he also has Lyras, which means I kind of want it. I hate the guessing game versus blue-white, though, because we could have won multiple turns last game, or multiple different turns last game, if we had just played around different things every turn. I would almost sack this Beaumont Courier now. Have no idea, Blade Ogre. Depends on your definition of Tier 1, I guess. I believe there can only be one Tier 1 deck in a format, and I believe that can change fairly often, so... Based on my definition of Tier 1, probably not, but my definition of Tier 1 doesn't necessarily mean it's the definition of Tier 1. I think I'm going to sack this. Actually, this was just terrible. I'm not going to sack it because he's giving me lands. Yeah, attacking this Beaumont Courier was a huge play mistake. Yeah, I'm playing bad. That was like a game-costing bad play mistake. Blue-White's probably the best deck, but it is definitely not under 150, and I don't think it'll stay the best deck. In fact, I think this weekend it'll be proven that it's not the best deck. Like, I think it's going to come up as a dud in the online PTQ. Yeah, that was a pretty terrible play by me. I'm not casting the Hazoret because he's already showed us Supreme Will, and we have the luxury of playing around it, so there's no reason not to. I forgot that I got land off settles for some reason. It's the reason I made that attack. I expected to sack the Beaumont, and then at the last second I was like, wait a second, he's giving me lands. Why would I ever sack Beaumont? It's just a really, really, really silly of me. Like I said, I don't play red decks a lot, so I'm like inexperienced with them and trying to learn, and that was just completely dumb. I'm usually casting settle, so I never have to worry about the lands. That was just really, really bad, though. I'm also rushing today because I need to be done by 9:15. So, I need to play 2 more rounds in like 35 minutes. That's a good one. Sure. Assume this gets counterspelled? Did not get counterspelled. No, well, that means I assume he kills it with a blink, or not kill, like blinks it or silhouettes it or something. No. Never mind. Opponent has nothing. It always feels good when opponent has nothing. That's my favoriteest thing when opponent has nothing. Oh boy. I'll just reborn you, friend. That feels good. God, that feels good. No. Opponent can just take this damage. I'm not going to attack with the Hazoret. He's already played 2 settles, but he could have any number of silhouettes, and I think the Hazoret's just better on defense. Ah, sweet. My play mistake didn't matter. Big fan of making bad players and they not mattering. I still really think Soskar Mage is really good in this match. I feel like a 1/1 on turn 1 is just good. I feel like it's always going to deal like 3 or 4 damage. The problem is drawing Soskar Mage on like turn 5 is really bad. What do? You kill planeswalkers? Target creature. You do not kill planeswalkers. I guess if you cast Settle enough, you kill the crap out of more than planeswalkers, though, don't you? This is good versus Fumigate, but I don't think I care about being good versus Fumigate. Is having a 10 damage burn spell good enough? It's probably just not good enough. It's probably only good if I expect them to have Lyra, or like know that they're going to have Lyra. Sounds fine. I have to get the black mana sooner or later, but we've sideboarded an additional black spell in, and we don't have to have these spells early in the game, so... The earlier the better, especially in terms of Heartless Pillage. We're up to 25 lands too, so just in general, hopefully we hit lands for some of these bringers. Even if they're not the pretty ones we want. Goodbye, Scrap Heap Scrounger. You'll be missed. Uh-oh. That's 3 turns in a row without a land. This hand gets really bad if we don't draw some of our 25 lands. And that's game, boys and girls. 4 turns in a row, no lands, so we lose. Yes, yes, you win, opponent. That is fine, but we're going to keep fighting. Maybe we'll just like draw running lands and play a relevant spell every turn. Or like maybe Alice Teferi's are at the bottom of his deck and then we have a chance. Or maybe we'll just draw another 4-drop that we can't play. Could be anything. Who knows? So game 1 was winnable. I'll have to go reevaluate the attacks and see whether I punted them off or not. We know we made a bad play mistake in game 2 and we still won. In game 3 we didn't play Magic. But I think the keep was like a beyond easy keep. Like I don't even think there was a consideration to not keep that hand. I think that hand was just a clear keep. Ah, it's the fairy. Probably should have cast Chandra. He's got less things that can counterspell it, but I just don't think anything I play super matters at this point in the game. In fact, I think I can pretty much concede here. But since I'm streaming, I won't. Not for a few turns, anyway. Wait, what? Oh, it was the Castaway was on his turn? Weird. Ah, misclicked. Sweet. Sweet. I had a black mana in my pool, so it didn't let me cast it. That's fun. May I attack you, Teferi? That's an interesting card. Never expected that. It gives defense versus the Eldest Reborn too. That's a really bad sign for us. Maybe he's got 4 lands in hand. Maybe he draws 2 more lands. Who knows? Or maybe just cast Counterspell and we concede the game. Alright. That's unfortunate. I think this deck's a lot better than it's showing. Like, I feel pretty favored in that match, but you saw what happened, so. Don't think that we beat or the opponent before that. I think he's a pretty good favorite, but who knows? Alright, so we get to play this match again. We drew one dead spell in our hand already, which is unfortunate. There's only 7 dead spells in our deck, and sometimes 2 of them aren't dead, so. Best draw in the deck. Three draw steps without a land again. That's okay. He may give us lands with a settle. That's a lot of words, my friend. Am I allowed to be tilted that I just don't have lands yet again? I think this deck's better versus the blue-white decks. I think the red-black deck's a little bit better versus the mid-range decks. I think Heart of Kirin in general is just bad, though. I don't think there should be any build that has that card. So I'm probably going to hold control and sack both of these Beaumonts if he has a Fumigate. If he doesn't have a Fumigate, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Guess I'm just going to attack with these two and go on about my day. He missed a land, so that seems fine. Getting really close to flipping his search. Basically, I think the bigger red-black build's better versus other mid-range decks, while I think this one's better versus control decks. I think both of the red-black decks are kind of bad in the red mirror, or the red semi-mirror, whatever you want to call it. So he has a Fumigate now. Oh, that's just a Teferi. Oh god. He's probably dead then. Probably dead, I think. I hit my wife and my sister like he told me to. Alright, well you're welcome, Smurf. Appreciate you heeding the advice. I think we definitely want these. I think we definitely want these. Okay, opponent just doesn't want to play anymore. I have no idea why, but he scooped a match. I just don't know why he done that. It was 0-1 in the league, it says. And then he was just done. That's kind of unfortunate, too. I mean, I'm happy to get the 3-win, but I specifically wanted to test that match some. Alright, this hand's great. Hopefully we draw a couple of lands. If he casts anything with a force, we're going to be in trouble, obviously, because we have not drawn a removal spell, but Not a lot of removal spells in this build of the deck, so. I'm gonna offer him this trade. Kind of want him to take it. I didn't either take them. You better at least hide your girlfriend, James. She is your car, remember? This is probably doing you a favor then, Smurf. Oh, trash talking the thief, baby. That's my favorite thing to do. I guess he can attack me for 7 here. Could just prevent 4, I guess. Actually, that just seems better. So what's the best he can do? Attack for 10 next turn? That's the very best? Ooh, just realized he can block. I wasn't thinking about that a second ago. Well then. I suck. I didn't realize he could block. I'm so bad. Need to draw a removal spell. Yeah, thought there was a good likelihood he had something like that. The 3rd Toolcraft Exemplar? Oh my god. Well, that's just can't beat that. Can't beat this draw at all. Normally that'd be great for us, because we just cast 1 Chain Whirler and the game would be over, but... sometimes no. I don't think I want this. Definitely want these though, which means I definitely want this. I guess I'm going to take out these. They don't really defend well. I'm trying to go a little bit bigger anyway. This sounds bad. Not willing to mulligan it though. It's good enough to keep, but I don't think it wins any games. It's considerably worse if they sideboard in Duress versus my almost no spells deck. I just don't think Chandra's very good. I think he's going to be able to kill it in 1 attack way too much, and I don't think down-ticking it's very good in this match. I think Hazard gives me a threat that says I can potentially win the game. Like, he doesn't have a lot of answers to Hazard. I don't think Chandra's a very good card, basically. Like, Chandra as a card doesn't even impress me. Yeah, but there's only 2 of them in the deck, right? So you don't draw them that often and stuff. That was savage. Just gonna kill this, I guess. Looks like Chandra would have been better this game for sure. But then again, I've drawn only one Hazoret the entire game in my aggro deck. I think this game's over. I think we basically have to draw like Glorybringers and multiple of them and quickly. And then that's probably not good enough at this point. That's a sad way to end the league. We get noted on game 1 when we don't draw a Chain Whirler that I think just wins the game. And then game 2 we don't get to play. What am I? I think we're going to Nashville, but I'm not sure. Brought in Blood Flask too. Yeah, it's the Team Unified thing. Alright, well, this game's over. I'm pretty sure I can just concede. Yeah, we're done. Sometimes when you have 25 creatures, you only draw 2 for 45 turns. Still think this deck's really good. Local Dope, I did, but I can cancel the registration up to 7 days before. And we're considering going to North Carolina now because it'll save us about $75 a man and 2 hours driving. The only reason we haven't decided to do that is because I know your team's going to be there. And I think it's silly for multiple teams from the same store to go to the same event. Seeded, right now we're looking at blue-white, this deck, and probably Snake. Obviously we have to cut the hubs to play this deck, but we might just like move the Cannon Slough to the main and add another mountain. Murph, because North Carolina will be a harder field than Nashville. That's another big thing. Like, North Carolina will actually have reasonable grinders, and Nashville will be mostly no one. I feel like this deck's pretty good. It didn't perform very well today. I went 2 and 3, but like, I don't think I played well, and I don't think I drew well. I still think this deck's solid. Obviously, it's not perfect. I don't like the Karn in the sideboard. Probably wasn't sideboarding it well either. Mono Red hasn't felt very good to me, but the Murder Bolt Red decks have felt pretty good to me. Like, this deck's felt pretty good to me versus Blue-White, and it's felt pretty good versus me versus most of the green decks. But, I can't think of anything else. Like, I want to cut Blue-White from our decks. I don't want to play Blue-White at RPTQ. There's not a person on our team that I feel will play Blue-White well at the RPTQ. So if none of us can play it well, I think we need to just get rid of it. I want to just play Black-White, but like Black-White screws too many decks. I don't know what 2 other decks we could play if we also play Black-White. And Black-White's probably just weaker than Red-Black in general. Now, conventional wisdom says you have to have a blue-white control player on your team because it's arguably the best deck at the current moment. Well, I think it's a lot weaker and will get exposed. Like, I think it's an easy deck to beat once people try to beat it. I don't think they've been trying so far. But ignoring that and just saying, take my own opinions out of the decision or out of the conversation and just go with what is the consensus opinions. Like, blue-white may be the strongest deck in the format, so like not having it on the team feels foolish. But one of the players on my team is excessively slow and he can't play no-kill condition blue-white. The other one won't have time to test it, and like so that leaves me playing it, and I don't feel confident with it. I feel like I can do reasonable with it. I feel like I can, like maybe, I think it'll be a 6-round event, so let's say I feel like I can X and 2 with it. Sometimes X3, sometimes 5-1, but like I just don't feel confident with it in general. I think I'll 4-2 more often than I won't. 4-2 or 3-3 more often than I won't. And I just don't want to go into a RPTQ setting knowing that. I feel like if I play this deck, like, I could 6-0 a significant amount of time, but like, I think I'm going to 5-1 and 4-2 pretty often. I think I'm going to do worse than 4-2 pretty seldom, because I actually think this deck's incredibly strong, and I think it matches up pretty well. So basically saying I don't think I'm good enough to play blue-white. And I think I'm the only person on my team that can play blue-white given the circumstances of my particular team. I feel like I shatter minds with blue-white? I don't understand what that means. Oh, you feel like you shatter minds. That's the problem, Seeded. I'm not actually sure. I think if we don't play blue-white, somebody's gonna have to go crazy and play like a green-white tokens deck, or like a mono-white tokens deck, or a blue-white gifts deck, or like maybe even a red-blue gifts deck, or like maybe blue-black Scarab God. Might be able to play like blue-black Scarab God, red-black control, and then like some kind of mono-green Stompy or Snake deck potentially. I say mono-green, obviously, I mean the green-black Stompy deck. But maybe mono-green, since the Scrappy Scroungers will be in this deck. I don't want to do red without Scrap Heap, but I'm pretty happy to do red without Heart. The biggest problem is blue-black mid would want, the blue-black mid and Snake would both want Effer Hubs. So I think Effer Hubs is the biggest problem in that arrangement. Like, I don't want to play blue-black mid without Effer Hub. I don't want to play Snake without Effer Hub. It's interesting. I'm probably just going to have to suck it up and play blue-white, to be completely honest. I'm willing to cut Siphoner out of Snakes. Anyway, enjoyed the conversation, but I have 8 minutes before I have to be ready, so I guess we're going to hop off here, and I'll be back tomorrow, and since there's no Brawl tournament tomorrow, I may play the Popper Challenge, or I could just play a Blue-White League, I'm not sure. My teammates, you know who my teammates are, Matt. They're in the Team Jean Jacket Discord. But Robbie and Sean. Yeah. We're probably going to end up playing Snakes this deck and blue-black. Or sorry, blue-white. If that's what I was guessing, I would say, I mean, obviously there's 2 weeks before then. Maybe we'll find something else. Maybe something will break out at the Pro Tour. Like, there's a lot more information to be gained. But, like, if the event was tomorrow, that's the decks that we would most likely play. Matt, I believe I asked you when I won if you wanted to go, and you told me no. I'm pretty positive you're the first person I asked if you wanted to go. Murph, there's not actually a Discord. That was a joke. That was a joke. There's not actually a Discord. I definitely told you you won. I will go back and find the messages and prove it to you. I will go back and find the messages and prove it to you. It's a, Murph, it's a Facebook group. It's not a Discord. My Discord is pretty poopy, to be honest. It just talks about poker. It's only the Discord channel I have. But anyway, we'll find somebody to host real quick. I've rambled on long enough. And I want to get a bowl of ice cream before my sports ball game comes on. MJ streaming. Is anybody playing Standard that I follow? No, no one's playing Standard that I follow. Therefore, MJ gets the host. Yes, our whole 11 viewers. Take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.